part, but I'll basically talk about what we found for Ava. So she's in what's called mixed dentition, meaning she still has some baby teeth. So this is where we would call it phase 1, because we would also have phase 2 once she has all of her permanent teeth. So the biggest concern that we have is the top teeth. If you can see here, normally we like the top teeth to be outside of the bottom teeth, but on this right side here, you can see it's actually on the inside. So that's what we call a crossbite. So that means the top jaw is just too narrow in comparison to the bottom jaw. So what we would have to do for her is place what's called an expander. So that's basically how she's presenting on one side. This is the expander. So that would get glued into her back teeth, and that is why we need to put some spacers in today. And then basically it involves, there's a mini screw in here, and then we give you a key, and we basically have you turn the key about twice a day for about 2 weeks, and then we bring you back in and we kind of evaluate as we need to see once the top jaw kind of expands. Yeah, it looks a lot scary than it actually is, and it probably sounds a lot scarier to you. It's actually really cool, and what you'll see happen is, I think the video does a good job of showing it. As that helps kind of make your top jaw wider, it also will help create a gap, and that will be our physical sign that that top jaw actually has expanded. So she's at a young enough age where we know that the suture right down there is open enough that we can do that. Obviously, if we don't fix that now, it can create a lot of problems for her down the road. But yeah, so the other thing is, you can see again, these 2 front teeth are on the outside, but we have those other 2 teeth, and all the other ones are kind of tucked behind. And we can see that her little canines are coming in, even though she still actually has her baby canines still there.
Okay.
So they're kind of coming in. Basically, teeth do that when there's not enough room, and you can see this crowding is because there's just not enough room for those teeth to really come in. So right now we are calling her crowded, meaning we really have to make room, and in doing that expansion with that expander, that also helps to make that top jaw even wider so that all the teeth can help fit. So at some point, preferably in the near future, we would like to have those baby teeth taken out, whether it's, you have a dentist that you go to, we have surgeons that can do it here, whatever's most convenient for you. These other ones, they're likely to come out kind of as expected, but because we already see the adult ones for these canines coming in the wrong spot, it's best to
They're not going to drop out on their own?
Not really, no. Well, they might, but it would really delay her treatment quite a bit, and it wouldn't be worth that time. But yeah, like you can literally see that one's not likely to help. The point of the adult teeth are actually to help those baby teeth kind of disintegrate. Okay. And if it's coming in at the wrong spot already, that's not likely to happen on its own. Okay. Whereas these, I can expect that the permanent teeth are actually going to help it out. So you can see a lot of permanent teeth coming in at the right spot. Okay. And so with phase 1, we like to keep things less than about a year, just so that patients don't get burnt out as we transition to phase 2. In her case, I have a feeling by the time we finish with her phase 1, she'll be kind of about ready to jump into phase 2. Whether or not you all want to take a break is totally up to you. We can have her off of braces or whatever treatment we had for about 6 months to a year, and then if you want to jump in, or if she's ready and you all are ready, we can always just
Would
go
it
straight
be
through.
still considered the same treatment plan that we...
Yes, and the treatment plan that I have, actually, we went ahead and already did the phase 2 treatment plan.
Okay, yeah.
So as far as her phase 1, again, we'll start with that expander, getting those baby canines taken out, and then we'll also bond some braces on the top, really, just to help to, again, make space for the rest of the permanent teeth to come in. And in doing so, we're obviously going to help align them as well. So we'll get all of those 4 front teeth really aligned, and then those canines eventually once they come in as well.
Okay.
As far as the bottom, in the meantime, I'm not really concerned about them as far as like crowding as much as the top. So what we'll put in is what's called a lower lingual holding arch. And so those blue teeth are little baby teeth, which is what you have in right now. What can happen if we don't keep that space open is essentially this is blocked out because there's no room for it. So instead, we can put in this little bar, and this will literally hold all that space open so that once those baby teeth come out, there's enough space for them to do so. Because otherwise, as this hopefully demonstrated, we the permanent teeth are very likely to drift into that space pretty quickly, especially if those baby teeth happen to come out sooner than we expect. So for the bottom, just to have something in the meantime to keep that space so that phase 2 works a little easier in our favor, we'll put that little lingual bar.
Okay.
So again, the reason we need spacers today is so that these back teeth, these rings, I have to fit them on, and so next week when she comes in, I can fit them, but there needs to be space, so the spacers will stay in there for a week. Yeah, so that is about it. And then once all the permanent teeth do come in, we'll put top and bottom braces and just get everything aligned. Hopefully we won't have to worry about space being an issue or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, do you have any questions? I know it's a lot of information.
No, this is pretty clear. I love the animation.
I know it helps to explain some
Yes.
stuff. The expander, again, it looks a lot worse